My therapist told me, John, you've been coming here for 2 months and I haven't seen any change in your behavior. And I was like, oh, well, I guess you're fired. I'm friends with a chick who's a social medium. She can talk to deleted Twitter accounts. I look like Jesus came back, but he forgot why. I look like Aquaman grew up in a swamp. That's pretty good. All right, I gotta laugh. We're doing stand-up. It's funny at moments. You just came at the wrong 6 seconds. There we go. Got him on the back end. I'm on TikTok. You'd be surprised how much people actually enjoy this. This hurts me more than it hurts you.
I know. I hope it's not Corona. I mean, I already had that, so I don't think it is. It doesn't feel like it.
John Jacobs rolling with the Rona.
I know. Yeah, and the fucked up thing. Am I allowed to curse on here?
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. The most messed up part is I can't really lay down. When I lay down, all the pressure goes to my head. So I can only really fall asleep sitting up.
Yeah.
I've been like passing out sitting on the couch.
It's like if you were a pirate, a drunk pirate.
Yeah, it is like that.
You can only sleep sitting up.
I've been doing that. I'm not even sick, man. I've been laying in my recliner recently because sometimes I get these like anxiety shit going on. Yeah. And like I feel like laying down, I just feel like I need to be up immediately and like out of the house and like walk around before I lose my mind. So I've been literally just sleeping. My bed's perfectly fine. Just got to sleep in the recliner for a while because I'm a little bit fucked up in the head.
Very nervous.
I hear you, man.
Yes. Isn't that great?
Did you ever hear the origin of the phrase hangover?
What is it?
Oh, I forgot.
So sailors and stuff, the lowest form of accommodation, like a hotel, was for a couple cents, you could just pass out across a rope. So there'd be a whole bunch of sailors just hanging over a rope, and that's where the phrase hangover came
How did that business die?
I know. Those are some tough guys, I guess.
Yeah.
To be like, fuck it, dude, I'm passing out on a rope tonight.
It's like, you're going home? Nope.
No.
I'm going over that rope there.
This is the best rope I've ever hung on or hung over.
Yeah. So I guess we should introduce our guest.
Sure.
Make it official.
Well, as you may have seen before the interview kicked in, the little clip of John Jacobs and on his TikTok.
Yeah, man, I'm a TikTok kid. I don't know how it happened.
Man, so we have to talk to you about your vast career.
Sure,
what's
for
been
sure.
going on? You're very and actually I saved a story. I saved one of the news stories. I told you I was going to save a story for you because I wanted to get your official comment because you're such a fan.
Oh, hell yeah.
But before we get to the story, let's run down the career of John Jacobs.
Yeah. Well,
now,
I think
you started. I got to get this stuff in before you die.
Yeah. You were at the first improv, Mike. You were there.
well, when you came to Tampa, but you started in DC, right?
Yeah, started in DC.
So now, compare the scenes. Like when you started, what was the scene like there, compared to what you've gone through in the past few years?
I'd say the Tampa scene is much more wild than the DC scene. Yeah, I'd say the DC scene, everybody's kind of got an air of, importance. Everybody thinks they're smart. Everybody, everybody's a little elite up there. So the rooms can sometimes be a little pompous. But yeah.
Like when you were up there, when you were doing work up there, when you were going on stage, did you ever run into like politicians' kids trying to do comedy and things like that?
No, we did have a congressman's daughter in my high school, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did she think she was funny?
Pretty cool. No. And I'm ashamed, though. I actually had a video. I had a video of the congressman's daughter, underage drunk, throwing up on a subway.
Oh.
And I know. And then I lost that phone, and that would have been worth $1 million.
I was gonna say there's no time for comedy. Chicks like that are probably they're like blowing everybody in the school bathrooms. Those dirty whores.
You had leverage. You had scandal material.
I had it all.
No, not anymore. Now it's someone's got it. Some dope dealer in DC has it.
Yeah, somebody else has no idea who it is, but they just have a video on a phone of a girl wasted on a subway train.
What's her name? Tell us her name. Just kidding. Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying that.
I know.
Look her up on Facebook.
They're gonna come to my house.
She's still blowing people in high schools, and she's 33.
Probably.
God, man.
So about the TV shows, I remember when you submitted for those shows, like you submitted for Are You the One? It's like it was a brand new show, so nobody even heard of it. So everybody's kind of like, is this going to be another kind of, wild, wacky show?
Yeah,
and it was. But
it was.
But what was that
didn't even know
experience
what it
like,
was.
man? Was that like your first big TV experience?
Yeah, that was my first big TV experience. I'd say it was like being on spring break for like 2 months straight, just wasted. Yeah, they had a notebook in the house and they said, write down anything you want in the notebook and we'll get it here. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Write down Bud Light, lime, tequila. We wrote down a basketball hoop. They got a full-size basketball hoop.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, we're stuck on
Anybody write down anything they wouldn't get?
I don't know. So one girl was into like some fancy kombucha, and we were on an island in Hawaii. So I don't know where the hell they got this kombucha from, but they'd get her like one a week.
Oh my God, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
pretty
too
cool.
shabby. Thumbs up on MTV, man.
Yeah.
And take us back. What year was this? Were we looking at when you were doing this?
This was 2014 that I did Are You the One? Wow. And then, the real exciting part was just last year, they put it on Netflix.
Yeah, that was
that was big.
Did you get like a huge response from that alone?
Yeah, it was a bigger response than the initial release, because when it came out the first time, it was on MTV, and you got to tune into the time, you got to schedule a time to sit down and watch it.
You couldn't binge it. You couldn't binge it.
Yeah.
It's like now you can binge watch.
Yeah, plus like MTV, everybody naturally thinks it's a novelty anyway.
Yeah.
So, but to get on Netflix now, it's like, oh wow, this is a serious thing.
Yeah, that, and then you did the challenge after that.
Yeah, I did the challenge after that. That would have been 2015, and that experience was completely different. No, no notebooks with stuff, because the season I was on was season 26, so it was like they had been around the block by the time I got on it. So, it was way stricter. They had learned from all their mistakes.
Now, real quick, John, take us back, walk people through that for the challenge. What did that entail?
Yeah, the challenge is kind of more like Survivor, but with MTV folks. So, yeah, it was more intense challenges. The first day, our challenge was we had to be suspended between the 2 tallest buildings in Panama.
Oh my.
And that was pretty wild.
Okay.
So that was exciting.
Insane. How many waivers did you have to sign for that?
Oh, all of it. Yeah, they say if you die, that's on you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get to be a part of the reunion show.
Yeah, they're gonna have an in memoriam.
Yeah. Right. Those who we lost this past season in season 26.
And they show the clip of you falling.
Yeah.
I know.
And then falling down in slow
Becomes
motion.
a meme.
Yeah, it's a meme.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh,
Yeah, seriously.
that's awesome.
So now you've been doing you kind of actually been doing exactly what you said you were going to do. Like the first time I met you, we started talking about comedy, you said that you wanted to make videos, put them online for people to watch and have fun with, and that's exactly what you've been doing. So how many, you've made several specials and short films already. Which one has been your favorite experience?
Yeah, dude. Oh man, the Jesus stand-up special was a really exciting project.
Yeah,
because that one was a little bit scary at times to perform as Jesus in a crowded comedy club, because it's people could get offended by that. Some people might not understand the humor.
I think the last time I saw somebody do something like that was David Cross.
Oh yeah.
So have you seen?
Oh yeah, he did some
this is way back, probably early '90s maybe. But yeah, this is like
Oh wow. No,
yeah, he
I
did a
didn't see it.
variation. It's completely different than what you're doing, but it was a variation of
Yeah.
Jesus, on stage. So,
Wow.
but that's like, I haven't seen anybody else really tackle that, like that.
I actually have a continuation of the Jesus idea that I'm working on right now. I've commissioned somebody to build a life-size crucifix, and I'm gonna do stand-up hung up on the cross, and it's gonna be called "Dying on the Cross."
Interns will do anything for you, even build a crucifix.
I think you should just find a really huge person and have them be the cross.
Yeah, good giant.
Yeah.
And just hold you up.
A human cross just holding you.
Now, before we get to this incredible idea you just had right there, and before the lightning strikes us here in the studio, what gave you this inspiration or idea to do this?
Well, I believe in Jesus, and I've never seen a portrayal that, I don't know, I really liked, and I wanted to do one that, kind of felt like what it would be like if he just got thrown back here and was told to do stand up. Because the jokes are positive jokes. Like, I'm not bashing religion. I'm not trying to, say mean things about Jesus. It's all like historically accurate jokes and, lighthearted, fun zingers. So
I caught you doing some months ago when I watched you at Snappers Comedy Club in Palm Harbor. I believe you're doing a little bit of that on set. You were doing your own set, but then you did some religious jokes, but they weren't blasphemous at all.
I think the reaction is when people react in a negative way, it's more like the cynicism of the world, as opposed to, it's because this is how they're reading it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how they're taking it. So everything's a trigger word now.
Yeah. Some people just hear a concept and they don't even give it a chance. They just write it off immediately.
Yeah,
exactly.
Did you see Bobby Katie got in trouble? Oh yeah, he did like Holocaust jokes at Snappers, and a woman wrote a long post about it and tagged him, and like everybody's jumping in like, yeah, that's messed up. You should have just walked out. And Bobby responded and was like, you're butchering my jokes. You didn't even get it right. But yeah, man. And I think Snappers is on the side of Bobby, so that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I haven't seen a long scathing review of a comedy club in a while.
Well, right now it's that pivotal moment where comics, I should say comedians, because comics to me are just people that want to make people laugh. Yeah. Comedians are people that want to make people laugh at what they think is funny.
Sure.
So I think this is the moment where comedians, well, it was propelled with Chappelle. Comedians have to stand up and say, look, this is freedom of speech. It's like, just because you disagree with the idea doesn't mean you get to dismiss my life. You don't get to destroy me because of that. Because if I disagreed with everything you said, you'd never get to leave the house.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's where we're at. But I mean, that being said, I'm curious as to who a couple of your influences are, because to me, like, watching what you've been doing, I don't know if you're aware of it, or maybe you are intentionally, but it's kind of reflective. Like when you go out and do the stuff in the street, like, you're out there really, you're not trying to shock people. You're just being out in the street doing it.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of like Andy Kaufman to me.
Thanks.
I mean, is that like an influence in what you've been doing?
Well, oh man, so I just did one 2 days ago. I don't know if you saw the pictures I posted, but I did stand up as the Marvel character Loki from the back of a moving pickup truck. And that shit was, a rush. And I think at this point, I like pushing the boundaries of stuff that hasn't been done yet. I did stand up in the ocean. I'm halfway in the ocean doing jokes. So it's like, it feels good. Plus, once I started doing the outside stuff, I realized that a lot of people just don't have the nerve to try that. It's like you can bash it or like, think it's a novelty, but it's like, there's no more honest review of comedy than just some guy walking by you on the street.
Yeah.
So it's like you
And
really got to
effective,
try
yeah.
that much harder to,
Yeah, it's
fucking
like
hook 'em.
you actually affect people as they're just walking by, So that's,
Yeah.
that's
It's like a punk comedy act.
Yeah,
of
it's a
just
different setting. It's not a comedy club. You have people there, but they're going about their own lives and wondering what you're doing, and then either way, you're getting feedback instantaneously. So, any brushes with the authorities yet, or you kind of wouldn't mind that, or what do you think?
The only brush with anyone I had was a street preacher when I was Jesus.
Okay.
And that was really exciting. They got really mad at me.
Tell me you got that on video.
Yeah, I got that on video. That's in the special. And he's preaching through a megaphone. And I walk up to him and I say, I heard you were talking about my dad. And then immediately, it just goes off the rails.
Oh,
He's
boy.
shouting at
That
me.
is hilarious. That's comedy.
It is.
That's
comedy.
comedy right there, man.
And I got him to listen to me at a certain point because I'm like, you guys are just yelling at people. I'm like, you think that's effective? You're like messing people's days up. So, they understood that a little bit, but they still didn't have any respect for what I was doing.
I think you should dress up like a dog and go into an animal shelter and say, I'm looking for the man who shot my paw.
Oh,
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that idea. Like be an animal, do stand up as an animal. That's pretty funny. Yeah, maybe I'm a dog on all fours and somebody has a leash around my neck. They're like walking me around.
yes. Like a hot chick.
Well,
Leashing you.
Mr. Jacobs, I think it's time for us to talk about this story that was in the news. I'm going to read a little brief description of it. You probably already know everything about it.
Okay, here, let me put this back in the freezer real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. I held this story from the news, from our news stories, because I wanted to share it, because I pulled this as in honor of John Jacobs, because he is such a huge fan, a dedicated fan. And this has to do with, you may have already heard about it, Vin Diesel asked Dwayne Johnson to come back to Fast and Furious franchise. He says, Hobbs can't be played by no other. I hope that you rise to the occasion and fulfill your destiny.
Nice. That's an inspirational message.
So this was all after everything that went down in 2016. There was a fallout because they had different ways of working, basically, is what it came down to. And it showed itself in production, and The Rock decided to step out of the franchise. He made that announcement that he wasn't going to come back. Yeah. But Vin Diesel went on Instagram. Now this could be read in several different ways.
Sure.
It's like, did you read the whole thing?
I didn't read it at all.
Okay, well, I'm going to read some of this for you.
Yeah, please.
So Vin Diesel took to Instagram on Sunday to ask Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to bury their feud and return the Fast and Furious franchise. The two actors fell out back in 2016. He wrote, "My little brother Dwayne, the time has come. The world awaits the finale of Fast 10. As you know, my children refer to you as Uncle Dwayne in my house. There is not a holiday that goes by that they and you don't send well wishes. But that time has come. Legacy awaits."
Wow.
He continued. He said, "I told you years ago that I was going to fulfill my promise to Pablo," referring to Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pablo. "I swore that we would reach and manifest the best fast in the final, that is 10. Nice. I say this out of love, but you must show up. Do not leave the franchise idle." It goes on from there. But yeah, so what do you think the angle? I mean, there's several ways you could take this.
Well, first off, I love that he opened by calling him my little brother.
I know.
How are you gonna with a jab at him and then ask him to be back in the movie? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, because I noticed he was gone from Fast 9, and I did think it was rude of him to kind of take over production the way he did. But after not having him in the movies, I do want him back. I think it would be nice to get The Rock back in there.
He made an impact. That's why they brought him in the first place, was to make that impact. So, I mean, it was you got to keep it in perspective. Like, this is Vin Diesel's baby. You know, he brought this thing to life.
Yeah.
And he was smart enough. And these are basically two alpha males.
Yes.
You know, and they're both
100%.
flexing, and nobody wants to, but now they're both kind of like coming to the middle. But he was smart enough to let them bring in The Rock
Yeah.
to make this even a bigger franchise. Now it's huge.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
huge
Yeah.
thing.
It definitely blew up even more. I mean, yeah, those movies make like $1 billion every time. It's crazy.
Do you think he's going to come back?
I hope so. I mean, I think he would, even if it's just for a small part. I think it would be great to see him come back. Just because, I mean, yeah, he was such a huge character. He came in at 5, so if he could come in at 10, that'd be a nice bit of movies he did.
Well, with this, I gotta say, man, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but Vin Diesel putting this out like this, it was actually brilliant. Because no matter what, everybody's gonna want to know what happens in that final tip. Is he gonna show up? Are they keeping
that's
it
a smart
quiet?
move.
If they don't announce it, are they keeping it quiet?
Yeah, to make it public is a really smart idea.
Yeah.
Kind of push him into it. Let everybody see that he's
Or
trying to get
even if he doesn't respond, even better, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no, nothing's been said. Production's underway.
Right.
We don't know if he's going to show up.
I'm picturing something like at the very end of the movie, all of a sudden he's there. And that's and then
post credits.
That's it.
Sure. Yeah. Post credits.
Because I know, I bet you Tampa's Dave Bautista, another former wrestler, who's got the same look and build and everything. I bet you he's going, I think maybe I could be The Rock's cousin coming and doing this shit, because he has a successful acting career, same kind of build, same muscles, tattoos, shaved head. I'm just saying, he's probably like, hey man, I could do this for you.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
it is pretty cool that there's so many wrestlers in Tampa.
Love it. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that for sure.
Yeah, really good cats too. They're all good. The female wrestlers, the male wrestlers, they're just good people.
Everybody's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember back in the day. I mean, this has always been a hot spot from the beginning.
Yep.
A lot of wrestlers have always trained here, and Hogan was coming out of here and all that stuff. So it's like crazy.
Big time mecca, man.
Well, hey man, but before we let you go and die on your deathbed,
I know this is it. This is my last public appearance.
Well, where can people see Jesus Talks? Is it out?
That's on my YouTube.
Is it on? Okay. And
all these specials and stuff are on my YouTube. I have like 700 videos on YouTube.
I'm gonna put a link in the description for
please,
for John.
That'd be cool.
He's got a ton of stuff on there. I promise you're gonna be entertained for a while.
If you just watch some stuff, you're gonna enjoy it.
Well, what's next for you, man? What's coming up?
I have these ideas for, the more risky public stand-up things, like the one on the back of the truck. So yeah, I've got some more like stunt comedy ideas that I want to do, because again, it's like nobody else has ever done this. So I want to be the guy who like does something with stand-up that other people never tried. Yeah,
man. I think you're on your way. So that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Brother.
Thanks,
cool.
man.
All right, man.
I like it.
I hope you feel better, brother.
Thank you, dude. This is bad.
Well, look, if Jesus can do it in 3 days, we expect you to be well by the weekend.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, if you croak, you'll just resurrect. It's all good. I feel good about it. So, well, anyway, seriously, get better and everything. We want people to flood your YouTube channel, John Jacobs, and all your upcoming shows and stuff are going to be there. We want people to get you out and support you here in the Tampa Bay area and beyond, around the world and around the country. So keep doing what you're doing, John.
Man. Thank you so much. Pat, Tony, love you guys. Have a good rest of the day.
You too. See ya.
See you later.